Hey guys, Trevor the High Desert Tactical. Today, I just want to ask you guys a few questions, maybe get a couple VRs or some good replies or questions upon my questions. But I am by no means an expert in politics or like law and stuff like that. You know, I'm the kind of person that will ask questions. Sometimes I'll play devil's advocate. You know, I might be pro something, but I might, be from the other side just to see what it's like. My main question today is like gun control. It's based upon gun control. And, we talk about our Second Amendment and our rights to bear arms and like buying high captaincy magazines or assault rifles, even though they're not assault rifles, they're just a rifle. By whatever the stigma has been placed on firearms in our country by anti-gun groups versus pro-gun groups. Sometimes they can both be right and sometimes they're both very wrong in how they look at things. And so my main question I want to know is like, what do you guys think is the appropriate way to allow Americans to have firearms? I'll tell you right now, like there's a few of my friends, and bless their souls, they're great people and I love them, and like one of them, I'm not going to mention names, or like is one of my closest friends. I don't think they should own a gun because of their attitude and the way, treat the firearms safely or unsafely or things like that. And if any of my friends watch this video, I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking about. So don't even ask if it's you or not. And if you ask if it's you, then you might want to think about that, because you should instantly think, it's not me, because I'm very safe with guns. I'm very responsible. Back to my point. There are people out in that world, or the United States, let's just kind of bring it back in, we'll just kind of stick with our home dirt, that shouldn't have guns. I mean, try to think of people that you think that wants to buy a gun or owns a gun, and they should. They're responsible. They've gone through all the appropriate channels. Whether the state's laws are dumb or not, they've gone through the appropriate channels to own their firearm, to get a concealed handgun license or concealed weapon permit, however they word it in your state. We have concealed handgun licenses in Oregon, so we're only allowed to have handguns. You can't like pack around a samurai sword under your shirt or anything like that. I mean, how do we keep the crazies from getting a hold of guns that are legally? They may be able, a guy could walk into a gun shop and buy a handgun, and he passes the background check, looks sane, he's got money, he's got a job, but then he ends up being a psycho and goes on a killing spree. There's no way to control that. That's just a what if. And, please be kind. Don't bust my balls too much, because I'm just asking these questions because I want to hear how everybody else views this situation, because it's a very fine line of what should be done and what shouldn't be done, or how we should do it or how we should not do it. It's just a fine line, and I'm kind of trying to figure out where that line is so I can pick the side I want to stand on. And I'm asking for your guys' help. Educate me in your beliefs in what your state says and what you agree with your state or you don't agree with your state and why. You have to have a driver's license in order to drive a car. So should we have a license that you should pass some kind of prerequisites or something in order to have a firearm, whether it's a rifle or a pistol or whatever? I mean, is there some kind of background you should have checked or whatever? I mean, there always is a background check, but I mean, is there more finite? Because I mean, a car is just as dangerous as a gun, in my opinion. I mean, you could run a car right in through a coffee shop and kill 15 people easily. You could cause a lot of grief with a car. So that's why they have licenses. We have to have a driver's license in order to drive the car. We have to be a certain age, whatever they deem by that age we're of a mental maturity to be in control of this 1,000-pound vehicle. And a gun is very similar implement of danger. And so I'm just like curious on how you guys think. I don't know exactly how we go about letting who we think are responsible. Like I feel that I'm responsible to own a firearm. I go through all the correct channels to acquire my firearms. I pay the money that is required to get those firearms. I practice safety. I listen to others about safety. I respect others' opinions about how you handle a firearm and things like that. And I feel that shows responsibility for it. And And also respect. I carry concealed. I do not open carry. And that's another thing that, if you want to bring that into the subject, like, there's a lot of those people that are advocates about the Second Amendment and they like to open carry. And a lot of people perceive these videos online as baiting police officers into a political debate, over the internet. And it's like makes everybody's job harder. And so, like, what do we think about that? So that's kind of what I'm after, is I want to hear your guys' opinion on gun safety, control, how we should try to allow those who we see or feel that are responsible to own a firearm, how we keep the firearms out of the hands of those who should not have firearms. I mean, it's a very fine line, and it's dangerous no matter what you do. Anybody that wants to do a VR about that, I would love to hear what you have to say. Definitely pass on the word. This is my open forum video, and I really want to see how many people I can get to talk. And if you can't, do a video response, that's fine. Just post your comments and just light it up. Let's get some talking going. So be respectful of each other and be, don't be douchebags, okay? That's the only thing I'm asking. Show a little bit of respect. You can bust each other's chops a little bit, but just do it in a nice way. And that sounds really stupid putting it that way. I mean, I know that there are going to be people, but if anybody gets like super unruly, I'm going to delete your comments. I won't. You can share your point of view. You can do it, professionally and maturely. You guys are totally welcome to say whatever you want to say. Just don't go nuts, okay? That's all I'm asking. And I'm just going to end this real quick. I know I talk a lot and I try not to. I'm done talking. That's the end of this. So I really encourage you guys, give me some VRs. Just comment if you can't. So this is Trevor, High Desert Tactical. I want to hear what you got to say. So I'm hoping I'll hear from you guys. Take care.
People like you.